Yeah, guys, thank you so much for connecting to our collective calls. Today is Tuesday, and we're happy to host today's meeting. My name is Ivan and Malika. We are the hosts of such meetings. And as I said before, we got two amazing projects today to pitch here. So let me walk you through them real quick. So first of all, we got Serhi representing a project called ZORO and Daniel from Acid Avenue. Let's start with our first speaker with Serhi, with ZORO. Passing the mic to you, man. Thank you so much for connecting.
Okay. Yeah, so ZORO, first of all, to say, is already live and fully workable product. ZORO is a decentralized and globally distributed platform, which is basically focused on helping companies to train their AI models by annotating their data. And we are doing that in a decentralized way by connecting owners and users. What are the advantages among other competitors that we have on the market already right now? First of all, we are annotating data of all types. We are not working only with the text. We are actually working with 9 levels of them. It might be audio, video, text, LiDAR, medical data, whatever. It could be all of them. So we are working with any of them. On other side, how we are connecting users, we actually are providing learning process. We created academy where our community is learning how to annotate data and do it properly and in the best quality. And for that, we also got a couple levels of the type of annotators and as well as of approvers who will be approving data from annotators, and it will be going through a couple levels of approval before reaching the final destination. So that means that in our case, we'll have actually data annotated after that approved a couple times, and only after that it reaches the company which actually requested for annotation. If you're talking on the side of companies, what is the advantages for them to go with us? I would say, first of all, here you can see actually it's on the screen as well, that's flexibility, because we're really fast and easy to change, the tasks. We know how to find the best way for the company to train their AI model and what they want to build. We can help to create one and came with the idea. Also, obviously, it's going to be much cheaper if you're going and comparing with top leaders on the market right now. Definitely still remaining high quality, still actually going through really deep and important check on the quality, as I mentioned before. And what's, I would say, also important is that we already have a huge community that is going through Academy right now. I'll go through it here right now. And we have the community that is passing KYC right now, because without that, you can't go to the tasks with the clients. This community is counting already more than 200K of users who connected their wallets, who are actively participating in the Academy, who already passed the first level and are ready to annotate the data and also can work already even with the Haken, who is our first pay client and who already came to us because they see that we're pretty useful for them and we'll train their first AI models that they're creating right now. So on that side, I actually tried to be short and just describe the main advantages. I'll just summarize them. I'll say that ZORO is live. We are working on helping to annotate data right now and already doing that with our clients. Users are already active and communities as well. And on the long-term vision, we are planning to evolve and also create actually our marketplace where we'll be also selling data and AI models, and we'll help to build them as well as long as annotated. I would finish it. Yeah, that's it. I'll be happy just to take more time on Q&A maybe.
Yeah, totally, man. We already received a couple of questions, so let's start with them right away. And
Sure.
yeah, first one goes like this. With such a diverse range of industries, robotics, healthcare, IT, how do you manage to tailor your platform for each while keeping it scalable?
How we manage to keep it scalable? That's quite easy actually in this matter, because as I said, we have different ways of how we plan to evolve, because we are not planning to only annotate the data itself. We are planning to evolve into marketplace as well. We understand that we are going to be sitting on a big amount of data as well, as long as we evolve and do annotation for different companies. So in this case, we also will be able to use it. And at some point, we want to provide actually also decentralized marketplace. In this case, we will be able to use data that we already have, create AI models, and buy even AI models from us because we plan to create our own ones, which might be useful for the market. And also, I mean, we are totally flexible. So it's not like only AI models that we are going to train. It's also going to be like AI agents, for example, the niche which is popular right now, and not only in the Web3, but in the whole, in general. And we definitely can train them too, because we understand that for them going to be leaders on the market is not going to be really possible just due to the cost. Also, it might be that leaders are not still aware of how to work with the agents. And also, like on the speed, it might be just too slow for them, obviously. So we are going to try to cover this niche as well.
Okay, that's great. We got another one. We've got a token utility system that's quite innovative. How do you ensure that your contributors feel truly rewarded and not just incentivized by the tokens themselves?
Yeah, so in this matter, we actually build it really advanced tokenomics, to be honest, because we want not to just reward users and do, this gamification. We are giving away tokens for nothing, but it's a huge actually flow of the token itself, which starts on the B2B side, where we are getting revenue and getting paid for actually like company paying us for annotating data. In this case, it's first step where we actually taking this revenue and buying back the token from the market. And in this case, half of this goes into the treasury and half of this goes for the distribution and actually rewards for the users. So users will be rewarded only after they reach already clients on our side. And in this case, it means more inflationary model that we're not giving away tokens just for nothing. And on this side, users also will be rewarded surely just for how much they actually contribute in the platform and annotate the data and what quality they do provide, because we have rank system for reaching the highest level of the run, like for highest level, and to annotate top data, like the highest and the hardest one, and receiving the highest rewards, you'll need not only to reach the highest rank and annotate data properly, but also stake tokens. So we are trying to stick also and make users to hold tokens as well and actually not sell after they receive a reward, but stick with it because they'll reach higher level and so on.
Oh, that's really cool, man. It's interesting.
Thanks.
Oh, Morgan asks, is this like a faction AI for robots?
That's hard for me to answer, to be honest, because I'm not aware of faction AI, will be honest.
Okay, I see. Yeah, he just left.
I might check it later on, just kind of, we're a bit limited in time, so I might check it later on, and or you could PM me if you want.
Of course, all the links in the chat as well. And Sergey, we still got time, sorry. Could you tell us a bit more about the team and how you actually came out with such concept?
Yeah, actually, the team itself came out with this concept because our CEO and co-founder as well, Chitana, she's been in AI space for a while right now, and she's been working first like in Web2. She's been working as technical product leader at Microsoft, and after that, she actually went to Web3 and she worked as head of product at Near Protocol. At some point, she's been working with AI for a while, and she saw this bottleneck there is on the market in terms of AI annotation, because it was a problem actually with big corps and what they provide, especially their limitation mostly to the text only. So we decided to cover more niches and actually cover not only text but audio and all of that. So that's how she came out with this, at least as I know it. So yeah, that's how we came to it.
Okay, and how many members are in the team? So are you looking for someone right now, or maybe?
Yeah.
Looking for some advisory for advisors, or maybe potential contributors to the platform?
We are definitely open to advisory always, and always building partnerships. Like on this side we are active, and like we have multiple of them live right now and a lot of them in pipeline, so we definitely open to have more. In terms of the amount of the team, it's quite a number, to be honest, because there is C-level, there's like Simeo, Chitana, CTO, and on the other hand, there is whole team of Arctic Monks incubator, which ZORO is powered by. So that means that you can consider, because like it's fully incubated from the very beginning, from the idea, from the scratch, you can consider Arctic Monks incubator team as well as the team of ZORO. So that means like our 20 tech developers are also in the team. You can consider 15 people from BD side also in the team, 5 people on the marketing. So it's quite a big team, I would say. Not saying that we are looking for someone in the team right now. I think actually we are quite covered in that matter.
Oh, that's great to hear. As my last question, could you disclose some future plans? What's in store for this year?
Sure. I actually think it's worth to say the closest plans, actually TG itself, because it's quite nearby. We are planning to run TG something about like 27th of the May. So by the end of this month, we are already talking with Launchpads and already have a couple of them signed, like CDFI and AI-native already signed with us. And we're going to go with 2 more platforms those. And TG is going to be something about 27th, public about 24th. We already have raised pre-seed and seed rounds, but we have available space in strategic right now, and that's something we are looking for right now and open to discuss totally. In terms of plans after TG, as I mentioned, apart from Marketplace, we're planning to launch our iOS and Android app as well for covering more audience in this matter. And also we are going to work more on the K part, because we want to build it more secure and we want to build the K proof. So companies receiving confirmation on KYCs without receiving the information itself, and keep it more decentralized.
Yeah, well, wishing you best of luck with that, especially with TG. It's really important.
Thanks. No, it's going great, actually, to be honest, right now. Like all the planning, all go to market, going great. Thanks.
Yeah, great to hear.
Yeah, thank you so much, Serhii, for your pitch. It was great. And yeah, Daniel, are you here? Are you ready?
Of course, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so feel free to start. And
okay, thanks again. My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO of Asset Avenue. I've been in real estate for over a decade. And with Asset Avenue, what we try to do is finally bring real estate investment, quite simple, straightforward, fully compliant onto the blockchain, which seemed to be a problem in the last attempts that all from the competition. So if I'm going to share the screen as well, so I can show you a couple of images and make it a little bit more interesting and more understandable.
Great.
So there we are. This is our website. In our website, you will find quite a lot of information. The most important thing is what we focus on is on compliance. Since everybody who has been trying to invest in real estate over the blockchain has found some issues. Most of the competitors always had ran into some problems with SEC, with securities issues being framed as a security, which is probably the most important aspect, because the blockchain itself is made for transactions like real estate, but as we all know, it still hasn't happened. Lots of governments are still working against that, but it's still possible, and that's what we did. I'm gonna share just quickly another presentation I got. Perfect. So Asset Avenue functions as a club. What people do is they buy our token, and once they buy it, they can stake it into a KYC. Once they do that, they become a member in the Asset Avenue Club. And this is a crucial part which differentiates us to all the other tokenization platforms. We operate as a private club, not as a publicly tradable platform. So once you're in the club, then you get presented by all the legal entities, all the asset where you could invest. You could both do two things. Both members can both present their own assets. Let's say you find your hometown a good project, a good building, a good apartment that you would like to invest in. You could present it as a member to our club and to other members. Others could invest with you, or our club itself. With our background in real estate, we present plenty of options where you could invest in real estate. Every asset is then created by a legal entity. This legal entity will then create its own token. This is very important, because this own token, it will serve you for lending purposes in the future. You can use it as collateral for different things. And once this token is created for this asset, every member is allowed to buy those tokens and participate in those legal entities in order to be part of this asset, to own part of this asset. This gives huge advantages, because imagine you bought 1% of the tokens where a legal entity has. You could easily sell a fraction of those tokens later peer-to-peer on our platform, completely compliant, since it's a closed environment. Or you could sell them all at once, gaining liquidity easily back, or you could just keep it and receive the rental income in percentage of the amounts of tokens you bought from the asset. In case the asset has been sold, you get the percentage of the equity that you had in that asset. So it's pretty straightforward, very easy to understand. It's very much like it's in the real world, in the fiat world, but just on the blockchain, in this case, fully compliant, which was the big problem that real estate is facing right now with the blockchain. So I hope I explained quite easily, quite simply what we do right now in the pre-sale phase, where people get the token directly. They can already become members of the club. The first assets will be available to the public already during pre-sale. We're planning TGE very soon. We are in the last steps, and there's not much more to say, I would say, because I think real estate investing is one of the things that everybody understands, that everybody touches at some point in his life. And the idea is that if you have cryptocurrency and you want to invest the cryptocurrency into real estate without taking it off the blockchain, then we provide, I believe, one of the best, if not the best solution right now. And that's basically it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you for being on time. Yeah, we've got already some questions. First goes like this. How do you keep the vibe strong between real estate pros and pure crypto heads inside the club?
I guess the question refers to the difference between crypto investors and real estate investors, because real estate investors usually expect different kind of return as crypto investors. Crypto investors usually expect a higher return with more risk compared to real estate investors. At some point, if you have made some money in crypto, you will have to think about how to get a return on that money, how to make income of that money. This is our target. I believe it's if you want to gamble, keep gambling on crypto and make returns at 10x, 20x, 30x in a short period of time, real estate is not for you. But at some point, if you made some money, you will want to invest in assets that are like stock, like real estate, like gold, Bitcoin probably, depending on what your tolerance is. But real estate gives you the option to have an asset in your portfolio which is much more stable, I would say, and which can still give you a return. The idea of investing in real estate is not just holding real estate, but getting a rental income, getting money in fiat from your crypto. Imagine having $500,000 in crypto, having $5 USDC. You could do two things. You could take it off the blockchain, try buy your own apartment, manage it yourself, and on the other hand, you could keep it on the blockchain and invest in 10 different assets, distribute much more your risk, get rental income in fiat or in crypto, because rent income is still paid in fiat mostly, and you could just keep all your crypto on the blockchain. And at some point, if you need it, you can still liquidate it quite easily, which is the big problem right now. If you buy your own apartment for $500,000, getting that money out quickly is not as easy as it looks like.
Thanks. Yeah. Another question: how hands-on can members really get? Can someone literally help run a property if they want to?
They have to, actually. That's one of the compliance technicalities, which is very important. Every entity is run as a DAO by all the investors. So there has to be they have to be hands-on, which means, of course, there's usually a management company which is going to run the day-to-day operations, but this DAO has to actively control this management company. They has to make key decisions on tenants, on sales, on construction, on repairs. Those things have to happen by the members. This is one of the key components which make us compliant.
Thanks. Another one. Could we someday see Asset Avenue buy out an entire building or hotel for DAO style?
Yeah, that's what we actually are on right now. The first deals are things like that. Whole buildings, yes. It does not have to be only residential real estate, since members can produce, or if they find a good real estate deal in their area which they want to, they could also send that to our team. If it's fine, if the numbers are fine, we would also put it out for sale on our platform. People could invest in that as well. So yes, of course, there's not just apartments. It could be buildings, it could be construction, it could be bridges, it could be hospitals, it could be anything that has to do with real estate in the beginning.
Thanks. We've got some several questions from Morgan, and I think you already answered for some of them. Okay, I will read out all of them. Is each property asset maintained in a separate DAO?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So this is for security issues. Every asset is held in its own legal entity, and this entity is run by the DAO by the token holders. So if you buy the token of this specific company, you are also a member of the DAO, and you will co-run this entity.
One DAO, one token per property, rental income aggregated across all asset tokens that I own.
You said one token per property. Yes. So yes, one token per property. Let's put an example. One property value $100,000, small number, $100,000, and the property gives out 100 tokens, each worth $1,000. You could buy one token for $1,000, and you would hold 1% of the company, and the rental income would be then 1% to you, either. And everybody can decide if he wants that rental income in fiat money in his bank account or in crypto back to his wallet.
Yeah, thanks. Another one. If I already have a property, can I tokenize it through your platform?
Yes, you can if you want to sell it. Let's say you have a property and you want to sell it completely or partially. Yes, you could. So that's the whole idea about tokenization. If you hold 100%, but you need capital for anything that had to be done, you could decide to sell 40% to other members. Yes, you could, or everything, of course.
Very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I also have a question. So curious, what's been the coolest property or deal you've unlocked so far through DAO model?
Me, myself?
Yeah.
We haven't launched any project on Asset Avenue, but I have been but DAO model it also exists on, if you could say, in the off chain. I've done deals on weird places like Africa where they were amazing and have worked really well. They work just very differently. Africa is different than Europe or different than America. Me myself as an investor, I've always worked in Europe. I believe it's very important to know your own market, but my team and I have plenty of partners and co-investors who have been all over the world, from Sydney to North America to South America, Asia. Although Asia, I must admit, is the area with the fewest. But the most exciting ones were Africa, and the biggest problems were in Europe.
Yeah, definitely. So you want to keep it international, right?
It really depends. The idea is that you can buy crypto that you can buy real estate anywhere in the world. And since our club is not exclusive to any country, you could be able to invest anywhere, which is the great thing about this. Imagine, so if you want to invest in your hometown, that's fine. But usually it's better to distribute a little bit your risk through different countries. You could be able to, let's say you want to invest in London, that's fine, it's perfect. But maybe you want to invest as well a little bit in Portugal, was on the rise, or you want to go to something more touristy with Bali or things like that. You could diversify and don't have to invest all your money, all your savings into one small apartment. If something goes wrong there are so many things that can go wrong in real estate, and especially if you're a beginner. Illegal occupation, no rent paying, and the destroying of the property, stealing. There's so many things that could go wrong, and till you don't in there, it's difficult to know. And having a team of seasoned people who know their markets makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. But everybody will have to make those decisions for themselves. The idea, what we want to provide, is just a platform where you can invest in real estate anywhere in the world. And if you want to buy one place, one apartment, you can still do it. If you want to split your investments over X amount of properties, you will be able to do that as well.
Oh man. We also received a question from Morgan. How does Asset Avenue make money? Sorry if I missed that.
Yeah, very, very important question. As a company, Asset Avenue makes a tiny fraction of all transactions, but we're talking about 1% of all the transactions. So that's how Asset Avenue will make money.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Well, great. So if we have no more questions, I think we can let you go, Daniel. Thank you so much for hopping in on this call. Wishing you best of luck with the launch.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. We got 2 projects. I think both were really interesting. Thank you so much, Sergey and Daniel. Again, it was a good call. And guys, if you want to be our next guest and pitch here next week or so, feel free to fill the form for participation. And yeah, see you in 2 days. Cheers.